All right, well, we're back with another marvelous day out on the farm. We're gonna go get at those bolts on the back side of this frame, and then we're gonna have to look at that fat. So we're gonna have to drill them out so we can fit these bolts through it. And then actually, I think the first thing I'm gonna do is that's exactly what I was gonna do. Yeah, I cut these rivets out the back and unplug this harness from this factory light bar, because I'm sure it just unplugs, but they don't allow you to. So yeah, so we're after these guys to get this plastic cover off the back. And it says you. All right, so I'm not gonna mess with that one because I don't want to cut the wires. There we go. And she just unplugs like that. There's one. This we're gonna cut because this goes to this is going to the license plate light, so we don't really care. We're gonna wire that in, but right now we don't really care. All right, so let's get these other rivets cut off and go to town. All right, so here's number 2. That's for a backup light. Guess what's not going back in? The backup light. I don't care that it's not legal. Did you see them amber LEDs I got on the back of that thing? I gotta cut that off. They're not gonna be happy with that either. Who cares? You only live once. YOLO. I think even the DOT can appreciate some nice lots. Snip. Wait, I'm gonna give it a little bit more room just in case I ever need to reuse this. Hang on. That should be enough. All right, now we can go ahead and get this guy out of the way. We don't want to wreck any of these parts. Anybody want any gear oil? Used, slight giveaway, 800 something thousand miles on it. So I would imagine that blinky blink, groundy ground, or is it the green's the ground? Yeah, green's the ground, blinky blink, runny run. We're gonna verify that here with the test light. And then same thing over here. Oh, why is this one yellow? It's in tarnation. That's got a fusible link too. What's going on? What is going on here? Oh, that must be for a ground. Let's double check this. I don't know. Maybe the black's the ground. Let's get a test light. Lots. 4 ways. Oh yeah. Mr. Light decided that it's gonna quit working. And no, it's not the wiring. It's a stupid light. And it took on water. Didn't even make it out the driveway with it. All right. So obviously nothing back here is blinking because it's all disconnected. But let us see. All right, so it's hard to film, but it's weird because the red one is the running light. Yellow is turn signal and stop. Same thing with over here. Running light, green is turn signal and stop, and then we got our ground. So just gonna splice off into those. Now I have to figure out what's what on this. I believe white probably is ground, green is probably turn signal and stop, and then the gray is probably the running light. But luckily I have another truck over there that's got the same crap on it, so I could just see what it is. The fancies are different. Just the wiring. They don't send you any kind of instructions with it. And it doesn't even say on these stupid things, does it? No, it just says it's made in Taiwan. My favorite. All right, well, let's get to taking them bolts out, and let's mount that plate. I put this back panel on, not knowing that I was gonna have to, well, I mean, I knew, but that wasn't very smart. Looking good. I really like the ember. But the only thing that's not looking good is in here. Oh, you see one hole is lined up, the one to the left, but the right, there's no hole there, so we're gonna have to drill that out. Because I don't really want it hung on one bolt on the frame, on the back of the frame. I want it hung on two. So I'm gonna mark it off, and I guess we're gonna get to drilling it. Hopefully it'll go through. I mean, it's stainless, so it's gonna be a bitch, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do if you want to party, right? All right, well, we got her marked, so that's where it's gotta be drilled. Both sides. So we gotta hug out that front one, and we gotta drill out right there on the back one. So yeah, I guess let's get to work. What I found is a good drill bit goes a long way on this crap. But only the best. The sharpest Harbor Freight. Once we get that hole through, I think that step bit will make work of it. So yeah, let's give it a shot. Alright, so we got her hogged out. We had to get these a little bit bigger. As you can see, this guy started smoking a little bit, but it did the job. Again, with stainless, a good drill bit goes a long way, and you want to keep good pressure on it, and you want to go, well, not too fast so you don't burn it up, but you want to keep pressure on it. So if you got a thin bit, like a pilot bit, to make the hole first, you want to make sure it's in there deep in that chuck so it don't break on you. But so that worked out. Now we can slam it around in and see how she fits. Alright, so we got her mounted. Pretty sturdy. I actually ended up using new hardware on both sides because the other bolts were crusty and I didn't really feel like fighting with them. I actually ended up buying these a while back when we were still running our solar route. These are bolts from Cletus. It's a nice bolt kit. Actually, I think these were, like, from what I remember, $100. And it's these are all standard, and these are all metric. Beats running to the damn hardware store all the time, I'll tell you guys that. It works real nice having it. So I just figured out on our side lights what we got to do. So white's ground, green's blinker stop, gray's running. But I'm gonna do it a different way. I'm not gonna run it through the bottom because that's gonna be ugly. Like the wires coming out through the bottom where they have those holes. I'm gonna do it a different way. Okay, so I'm gonna wire everything that I need to wire here together, like these. Wire together. This is gonna go with our black. It's gonna go with our black wire because this is our running wire for the license plate lights. And then I'm gonna drill a couple holes in our rear plate in the back. And we're gonna get some grommets, feed it through the grommets because I feel they'll look a lot cleaner than messing with it the other way around. It just, it's gonna look dumb. So then we'll mess with this guy. This is our harness from the truck, but we're not gonna deal with that guy yet. So making this all dirty. So I'm gonna get to work on that, I think, but I don't think I have any of the smaller connectors. So might just have to wing it with the bigger one and then go from there. Somewhere here. So we got everything kind of put together. It's not totally finished, but all the wires are where they need to be. And so we're just gonna kind of figure out how we want to mount it. If we want it to come up here, like so. Yeah, that's probably how we'll do it. We'll just kind of go get an idea and kind of, sorry, you guys are upside down. Kind of probably drill here and here, and we should be good. So we got our holes drilled, hopefully in the spot that we want them to be. I'm gonna feed the wires through it, and then we're gonna go get our grommets and kind of put the grommets over the wires and just stick them over that, and we should be in business. All right, so we got everything laid out kind of where we want it. Now we just got to wire it. Like I said, I don't have the connectors, so I'm going to have to go to the store and get me some because those are way too big for what I'm doing. And yeah, be in business. Oh, we got one side wired up. Grommets fit nicely. Looks professional. That's professional it's going to get. Let's go see how we did. Let's turn them lights on. Pop, pop, pop. Ding, ding. Oh, I see something flashing back there. What the? Must have popped off. That's much better. All right, so we're all installed with the beautification on this truck. We are all wired up. I don't really care about loom. Ain't nobody gonna see that but me. It's all zip tied out of the way. Heat trinked. New hardware. I like it. Got new reflectors too. I like it. Anything is these freaking mud flaps, man. Freaking things got all bent out of shape and now they're wanting to hang dumb. Oh, we got the power killed. But guess what? Let's get rid of this. Let's put a real switch in it. Thanks, Dave. You guys remember how I said that was coolant? Well, it's not. It is. This fellow right here. See that? I kind of wiped it off, but it is the AC compressor crap in the bed. It's spraying fluid everywhere. Juice. Compressor juice. So I guess we're going to get to replace a compressor and charge it up and pull vacuum and all that fun stuff. Yay! Awesome. Always something. Boo! Dogs are boofing. I like our logos, but man, let me make it Sharpie this out. It's cold as all hell today. It's windy and it's snowing earlier, but I can't handle this light not working, so I'm gonna replace it. I'm gonna turn the power back on. Amazon screwed me because these were supposed to be here yesterday. I didn't feel like driving back down to Appleton, so here we are. I ordered them online. They were supposed to be here yesterday, and they didn't. So we're gonna go ahead and undo this light real quick though, and then wire this guy in. Man, barely did anything, and my hands is freezing. Reminds me of this driver I had. Couldn't drive because her hands was bleeding. I actually like these lights. They look good. They're not glass lens because I don't want to spend the money on them, but they almost look like glass lens. They be throwing lines. Got her fixed. Now I just gotta wrap that up and make it look pretty. It's off, but you get it. We're all done. We're beautified. We're wrapped. We're zip tied. Out of the way. Looks good. Sneak peek for a project when it warms up. You guys know how I feel about clear lights. We're gonna go with amber. We're gonna replace all these. Just hate the way the clear lights look, but we're gonna go a step further. I'm gonna put one right here. That's gonna look good. Because I always felt that it needs a light here. It just doesn't look right. It's like a big old missing gap. So I think a light there will set it off. I know we still got a whole row to go, but that tickles my fancy. All right, so here's the finished product. I still got to get underneath there and tuck them wires. But we ended up adding a light right here because there's nothing here before on both sides. And that was kind of, you know, I was always wanting to do that, but never got around to it. So now we did. We changed all these out to amber lights. Got our mirror lights. I actually got a different mirror light, so I'm going to replace that one too, because I got one that is kind of like a really fancy one that throws lines, as you saw. So here's the other one. Yeah, I think it looks good. That's what it looks like with the lights off. It just kind of, I don't know, the amber just flows better than the white clear lights. It just looks more proportionate. So yeah. And now we got that light there, so it makes more sense. Sweet.